We have a puppy who cannot jump.
He happily jumps onto our bed. You know, if you've been following the story of Bertie being part of our family versus a guest, Jessica is slowly coming round to him actually becoming part of our family.
Sorry, waiting.
Bertie, not proving your point.
Happy 2025! Yay. And thank you so much everyone for all of your congratulations on our wonderful news.
I don't stare at my belly, but yeah.
Yeah, I am staring at your belly. You might have to do a sideways shot for that. It's not quite yet a very visible like a forwards bump.
It's not like a full-on, no. But even with Rupert, it wasn't that obvious.
No.
So I sort of turned to the side.
I thought it would be a really fun idea to kick off 2025 with...
Favourite thing.
Baby names. Yes. We are going to be reacting to some, what the internet calls pretentious British baby names.
Really?
Yes.
I probably quite like some of these. And we are going to find out the gender of the twins.
But we don't know
yet.
Which is why we're doing it now, isn't it?
Fair game for any of these names.
Oh, and if you were wondering whether we were going to do some like cutesy thing with the twins where their names rhyme or something, no, because that's very confusing.
Well, like A and B. Initials.
That's cute, but but I think the rhyming thing is too much. Some people name their twins the same name but spelt differently.
What?
Yeah.
That's just really confusing. I don't think they think that one through. Or maybe they're just like, you know what? It's going to be too hard to try and tell them apart.
I can't remember my kid's name. It's fine. They're both called Darren. So on with the names. Please rate them in the comments below. Tell us which you think we should actually use.
Yeah. I don't think Darren's going to be in an Oscar
I don't know that Darren...
British name.
Well, I think we could be shocked. Okay. Your choice first. What's it going to be?
Oh, Wilhelmina!
Oh, Wilhelmina!
I actually quite like this name. Apparently, it's a girl's name of German origin meaning resolute protection. Well, you could call her Willy, Mina.
Our friend actually has a baby called Mina.
Yeah.
Short for Wilhelmina.
Oh, is she called Wilhelmina?
No, she's not called Wilhelmina.
I didn't think she was, no. She was just called Mina.
Yeah, I think she's named after a family member called Wilhelmina. So she's called Mina.
Fair enough. Also, like, Willy is actually really quite a cute name, but not when you
can't call her Willy in England.
No.
That's not going to work.
Bertie's just
Bertie's going to eat that piece of paper now. It's fine.
That name is gone.
It's not happening.
Ruby was like telling me names that he likes, and he says, but Mama won't agree. I was like, why not? And he's like, because Mama only wants family names. I was like, that is very true. She's very traditional like that.
Oh my gosh, she's telling on me. Sybil!
Oh,
I love names like that.
That just makes me think of
Downton
Abbey though.
Yes.
Don't you think? And she dies.
Oh, that's awful. The death scene. Sybil makes me think of her coming out with, oh, she's got trousers on, and then, oh no, she's dead.
I didn't realise she was spelt with an S. I didn't know that name was spelt with S. I thought it was A-C-Y. Like Cecil.
We're doing so well at the teaching our toddler phonics. Okay, so not Sybil, because that's death now.
St. John?
No, St. John.
St. John?
Yeah, St. John.
It says St. John. But it does say underneath you pronounce it St. John.
Yeah, the pronunciation is St. John. Fun fact, I have 2 people in my family tree whose name is St. John St. John. Why would you name someone St. John?
Well, we're not Catholic.
Your surname is St. John.
So that's out. Also, everyone would be like St. John, and then you'd be like, no, it's St. John.
No, it's St. John.
And they'd be like, but it says St. John.
Yeah.
And also, it's a very strange name for...
confusing and unnecessary, and your own mother can't say your name, so... So, it's the first video of the year, and we started planning baby names for the twins. Yay! But let me tell you, Googling pretentious British baby names is dangerous. You just never know who's watching. Which is why I use Surfshark, the sponsor of today's video. It's a virtual private network that keeps my online activity private and secure. Surfshark encrypts your data, protects you on public Wi-Fi, and lets you browse safely. It's perfect for a mum-to-be who's frantically searching for baby gear or watching parenting shows from anywhere in the world. And if you're like me, you will appreciate Surfshark's ability to unlock content from other countries, and that one account can be used on an unlimited number of devices. You have to think through the finances when you have unexpectedly multiple children on the way. Click the link in the description, visit surfshark.com/Jessica, or scan the QR code on screen for 4 months free. 4 extra months for free. Again, think of the finances now. Fiscal responsibility. Surfshark, because your online safety should be as perfect as your baby name choices. Even if those names are a bit questionable. Okay. Eudora, a girl's name of Greek origin meaning generous gift.
It's alright.
Oh, we have our first It's Alright.
Eudora.
There we go.
You could abbreviate it to Dora.
You can.
You.
Yeah. Also.
Because we call Rupert Ruru sometimes. I don't know why we have to do that. When we named him Rupert, we just thought, oh, maybe we'll like name him Bear, like as a nickname. But that never stuck. And we just called him Ruru. And now he's telling us he doesn't want to be called Ru anymore.
Yes.
And we're like, oh, our 3-year-old's telling us we can't give him his pet name. He's like, my name is Rupert. I'm like, fair enough.
I think it's that, like, it's the Chinese thing of the double syllables. That's why your Auntie Cece.
My sister is Auntie Juju.
Yeah.
And then like our family
Your
friends are like
Kiki.
Kiki, Gigi.
Yeah. Should we keep it on a pile?
No, you're not going to call a daughter Eudora.
Oh.
Okay, well fine. We'll talk about this later. People in Carla.
Wow, okay.
Bertie will eat it.
Why not?
If it goes on the floor.
Like, why can't that be on a pile? Okay. And then whenever anyone asks, why did you choose that name? Because we adore her.
Eudora. I think it just sounds a bit like Theodora. So people will be like, oh, Theodora. And you're like, no, Eudora. It's less known, isn't it? Eudora.
Theodora is a lovely name.
Delphine.
Ooh, very French.
Ooh, apparently it means of the womb, which is very fitting. But then they would both need to be called Delphine. It's like one's from the womb.
Babe, aren't we all from the womb?
Yeah, I know, but it's like Delphine.
I know that IVF babies, but everyone is from the womb. None of us have been grown actually outside of it.
Delphine.
I think
It's very
Delphine's
French.
A bit too French.
It's very French.
I don't think we can get away
Everyone
with
would
that.
ask us, are we French?
No, they wouldn't. Rupert goes to a school with so many children who speak different languages, and many of them speak French. And no, we do not. They'd be like, oh,
One of the names
French
you,
name.
one of the names you really like actually is quite French. Ameline. No, is that not the name?
no, I've never mentioned that name to you.
Ameline.
Amelie is the name.
No, Ameline. Stop sinking in.
What?
It's actually really cute. Maybe it was me that thinks I quite like that name.
I don't think Ameline is the name.
You liked the name.
Ameline?
It is. I lived with a girl called Ameline.
Oh,
She was French.
sorry, Ameline.
It's spelled Amelline.
She was French?
Yes.
Okay. So not Delphine.
Bertie,
I
stop
think
chewing
all
my...
of these names are all quite pretty.
I like the name Herbert. All the names we've given our dogs, I would happily name our children. Herbert, Walter,
Matilda.
Yeah.
You know what I really like? Madeline.
Yeah, it's a bit like Ameline.
Oh god.
My friend's called Madeline, Millie.
Like
but you
the
could
little
also,
books.
but then you can also abbreviate it to Maddie.
It's quite posh.
Unlike all these other names.
Rupert. Araminta.
Oh yeah, you like this
I
one.
do actually really like this name. A girl's name of English origin, invented from Arabella and Aminta. I really like Araminta because I think it has lots of nickname potential.
I think it's a bit weird.
I
Also,
think
I've never
Minty
heard the
is
name
a really cute name.
Aminta.
Aminta.
I've never heard that name. It makes me think like someone's gonna go make some money. Like mint, the Royal Mint. I'm a minter. I don't know. Like...
Is that a bad thing for your child?
It's true. Sounds like they're gonna go make money, how dare they?
Terrible! Awful! They'll work at the Royal Mint. Horrendous.
Why are you putting it back there? I just didn't know. Oh god.
I was sneaking her in!
Give it to the dog.
Goodbye, Minty.
Barnaby.
Oh, absolutely not.
A boy's name of English origin meaning
Barney.
son of consolation. That's not a very nice name, is it?
What?
It means son of consolation.
Oh, sorry about that.
Consolation
Here's a son. Did you want daughters? Oh no. There's another boy.
And imagine calling the twins like something like starting with A, like Adam, the first boy, first male man, Barnaby.
Oh.
The consolation one. No, not that one. Also, it reminds me of Barney, the dinosaur.
Yes, that's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
Right. Leopold. Boy's name of French origin being brave people.
I mean,
Lovely, but everyone's going to say Leopold.
Yeah, so it's very French
Or
still.
Leo.
And also it sounds a little bit like a name from like Lord of the Rings or something.
Leopold. But I see your point. It's a good point.
Starts with the same sounds.
It's an excellent point.
Leo.
Points have been made.
Yes. No.
Yeah. This is going well.
Atticus. I think
I
Atticus
like
is nice.
Atticus.
Yeah.
I like Atticus.
Greek and Latin origin meaning from Attica, which is meaning like counting, isn't it? Atticus? Does it mean counting?
No, it means
Numbers.
from Attica, which is a place.
Oh. What am I thinking of? The thing that's like you do calculus with?
An abacus.
An abacus! We could call him Abacus.
Give me the name.
Abacus and
Give me the name.
Atty. Atty's quite cute.
So, on the list, we have Eudora, Delphine, and Atticus.
Why is Delphine in
Why
there?
is Delphine? Sorry.
We had a whole conversation about that.
Eudora and Atticus, though. Okay, they're good.
Yeah, but these are identical twins. It's not going to be a girl and a boy.
Okay, we've got, well, you know, we're getting
Even
there.
though I've had that conversation.
Montgomery!
Oh, Montgomery.
Monty.
Well, that's a
Monty
good...
made it.
Yeah, good name for a dog. Too Scottish for like, you know.
Boy's name of Norman origin, meaning manpower.
I think Montgomery is...
Norman.
Yeah, but I think it
It's
sounds
Norman.
really Scottish. I bet you there's way more Montgomerys in Scotland. 1, 2. Perdita. Is that a name?
Perdita.
This is the only one that didn't have the pronunciation written underneath it. I'm like... Latin origin meaning lost, a Shakespearean invention for an abandoned baby. Why would you call your child that?
There are people called Perdita.
That's probably why we don't hear it that often. I guess maybe
it sounds like it's a lovely name. I think.
I mean,
I don't know that.
Would you give that baby? Would you name a child that was like maybe like left at an orphanage?
No, I think that's a lovely name to call it.
An abandoned baby. Maybe people don't
What about a
realise
cat?
it's a lovely name for a cat.
Yes, I think. Don't you think?
Because it's purr.
Yeah, like Perdita. If you get it from a shelter,
Yeah, that's true.
and you call it Perdita,
Yeah.
that's a beautiful
But
name.
we have both agreed it's not a name for a child that we very much want.
No.
Also, I don't like the name Perdita. It sounds like perjury.
Oh, it does. Yes, Claudia has a thing about names that sound like other things.
That's how I learn language.
I know.
Sorry, it's not my turn again.
But yeah, we both learn language.
It sounds like this.
Oh my goodness! As we talk about this,
What is it?
this is a name that I like, but Claudia says an absolute no to because it sounds like something else. Lavinia.
No,
Latin from the ancient place name.
Bertie's
Lavinium.
already trying to grab it from you. He's like, no.
Lavinia is a lovely name.
Yeah, but it's Lav.
It's still lovely.
I don't think so. Lavinia. It just sounds. Sounds
Makes me
like.
think of like lavender.
Oh, I was gonna say it makes weird because that is like lavender, but it makes me think of like putrid flowers, not like nice flowers. I think because it makes me think of like the air freshener you get in lavatories that's meant to smell like flowers. You know, like Lavinia sounds like a name you would maybe call an air freshener.
Yeah. Okay, fine. Lavatory. Lavinia. So I can't have Lav in any baby names. Trying times over here.
Honoria.
Honoria.
Alright, rip it. Bertie full on just said no to that one.
Honoria! It's a lovely name!
I haven't even read anything about it. He's already ripping it up.
Wow. I'm gonna guess.
What is the meaning of that one? Most
Honoria.
loved one. He's probably like, no. I am the most loved one.
Yeah, I'm gonna say probably Latin. Probably to do with honour.
The most honoured one.
Yep. Yeah. I think Honoria is lovely.
Yeah.
I think the only difficulty would be that she'd have to spend her life on the telephone whenever she says her name, then having to remind people there's an H at the start.
So we're just filming.
Honoria, yes, with an H. Yeah, I mean we have lots of trouble having to phone people up and say, yeah, Kellgren-Fozard with a K, because for some reason that doesn't compute.
Also Fozard, the amount of times that I've had letters and they say Sozard. I don't know why that sounds.
And I don't know why Kellgren sounds like it would start with a C.
Well, I thought Sybil starts with a C.
Yes. I think it should be a high priority that we can spell the children's names.
Yeah.
Very important.
And that
we don't have to do. Wow. He just ate Honoria up. Like she was gone. Okay. Percival. A boy's name of French origin, meaning one who pierces the valley.
Okay. Percy. Is that just Percy for sure?
Yeah, it's just Percy.
No. Just makes. Isn't there like a tank engine that's called Percy in Thomas the Tank Engine?
Probably.
It just sounds like a bit of a I don't know, it sounds like a weak name to me.
A weak name?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise that you were trying to get hard boys.
No, it just sounds...
Manly men.
It just sounds a bit like, meh. Percy. Just not feeling it. What do you think of Percy, Rupert?
I have to say,
Bertie. Keep calling him Rupert. Percy.
I
Rupert,
really
Percy.
like boys' names as
What do you think of this one?
nicknames for girls.
What do
I
you
think
think
they're
of
really
What do you think of
cute.
Percival? Yeah. Just taking it.
I think Percy as a girl's name is adorable.
Yeah, he's really cute.
Like if her name is Persephone. But then, would you name a girl Persephone? Cressida.
Oh, I don't hate it. Cressida.
Alright, yeah.
I don't know,
I'd
yeah,
go
when
with
you just say so many names, after a while you don't know if you like them or not. It's like it's just like a
yeah,
cacophony
that
of
could be a name.
sounds, like
Why not? Sure.
Cressida. I mean, you could call her
Cress.
Yeah.
I feel like Cressida as a name amongst other names is probably fine, but if your only child was called Cressida, it might be a bit much.
What's so random? if you, I didn't see your justification. If you only had one child and you called her Cressida, it's a bit much. If you have 3 children, that's absolutely fine. Well, you just mean it blends in. Like,
Yeah. You have a whole variety of like slightly out there named children.
did you take it? Well, you think that's a goal.
But you take a Cressida to
Yeah,
eat.
well, fair enough. I was on the fence on that one.
I'm always intrigued by people called Lettuce.
Lettuce?
Yeah, it's a real name.
Like spelled the same way?
Yeah.
Lettuce. I mean, sometimes you gotta think like a name, like it actually sounds quite nice.
But
it's
yeah,
just because we're used to it being something else.
It's from the 1400s, so
Yeah.
you know, there are more modern names. Victoria, for one. Virginia. It's a very modern
Virginia
name.
isn't, no.
I know. We're not allowed to call a child
Virginia is very similar to Lavinia. Right. Bertram. That's what you like to call Bertie.
That is, I call Bertie Bertram when he's misbehaving.
I feel like
or Herbert.
I think his full name's Herbert. But I think Bertram. Also, Rupert doesn't like it when you call him Bertram.
No.
He really doesn't
I'm
like
supposed
that.
to call him Herbert.
But it's a German origin meaning bright raven.
Oh.
Bertram.
Bright Raven. But then what would we call him for short if we actually had a child named Bertram?
Bert.
We can call him Bert. We have a Bert.
Make it easier for Rupert.
Here's the twin with the good name that we thought of, and here's the twin with the recycled name named
Yeah.
after our dog.
His name is Bertram Barnaby. No, I don't think Bertram. So what have we got left?
Wait, we're on the last name.
Right.
Come on, be a good one. Algernon. A boy's
No,
name
it
of
says
French
it's pronounced
origin.
St. John. It says it's pronounced St. John again.
But it's not. It's Algernon. It's Algernon. A boy's name of French origin, meaning moustached man. Oh no, she's gone. The nickname's Algie.
I would fully believe you pronounced it St. John if you said, because I'm like, well, St. John didn't make sense to me. Algernon, also St. John. Oh, well, one could be called Algernon,
Yeah.
and the other one is called St. John.
And we just say they're both pronounced Sinjin.
Oh dear. Algernon. I mean, it means moustached man.
Oh, you think that's stronger than Percy?
I don't think you should call your baby moustached man.
Why not?
I don't know. Also, Algernon is just like a bit of a non-name.
The
Algernon.
importance of being earnest. It's one of my favourite plays.
Why does it say pronounced St. John?
Okay. Oh dear. Is it your pregnancy hysterics again?
Yeah.
This is one of the best symptoms of
So
Claudia's
we've got
pregnancy.
Atticus and Eudora.
Okay.
So
Well,
we've got half of them twins names. Atticus.
we're doing well.
Yeah, Atticus is quite cute. Eudora, not sure.
I think I'd prefer Theodora.
We'll have to do some other lists of names.
It's got
like
more bulk to it. more options for nicknames.
I like kind of more like Victorian names.
Like Prudence.
Ada.
Oh, okay.
Beatrix.
Fair enough.
Those kind of names. We should have a list of those, and then we might get our little bucket full of names.
Okay. You like Victorian names?
Yeah.
She says. Only semi-aware of what Victorian names are.
Yeah. Is Rupert Victorian?
No. I mean, there were Victorians called Rupert. Yes, dear. I'll give you that.
My makeup all run down.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's cute though.
No, it's not.
It's always cute. Okay. It's alright, hold it in. Hold it in. Let us know in the comments which names you liked. And please give us some suggestions, since clearly
we've only got 2 options and I'm a bit like meh.
Yeah. Should their names go together? Like, I don't want them to match. I don't want matchy.
Yeah,
I don't want to.
Either.
They shouldn't clash. It would be weird if one of them had like a beautiful, old-fashioned, elegant name,
and one had a modern
and the other
name.
Was like Bob.
I was just thinking Bob, like a full name. Like one was called like Alexander, and then the other one was just called like
Tim.
Yeah, I was also just thinking Tim. But yeah, exactly.
It's so
you can't give one a shortened nickname as their given name and one the full name.
Absolutely not.
No.
Please help.
Also,
Assist.
Jessica has a thing about not having their given birth name as a shortened name, even if we plan to use the shortened name.
Yes, just in case they then want to use a long name or have multiple options for nicknames.
As is Rupert. He keeps telling us his name's not Rue, it's
exactly.
Rupert.
What if we'd called him Rue? I don't know why we'd have called him Rue.
Yeah. Anyway.
That would have definitely been too short. I would have put my foot down. And whilst you're thinking up some wonderful baby names for us, don't forget to click on the Surfshark link in the description down below, or use this QR code currently covering my wife's face in order to get your 4 months extra for free. Thank you so much again for joining us on this wild ride into making more babies than expected.
And having the double job of the naming. It's hard enough to come up with one name, never know.
Oh, I don't know.
Or maybe it's easier because then if we're like stuck between like 2 names.
Yeah. But
or like
does that mean we're going to be stuck between 4 names?
Or you choose one name and I choose one name.
That seems like a bad idea. We might get too very. I mean, we'd have similar vibes.
We'll carry on this
though.
conversation.
Yeah, we'll come back to you on this one.
Bye.
Bye.
Next time.